course. And last year you played on the Woodstock Poland Festival with an orchestra. I talked to John last year and he was a little bit not nervous, but he was not quite sure what will happen, how will it go on. And so how were the reactions live? How did you experience it?
For me, it was one of the best musical experiences I've ever had. It was such a joy to feel the power of a 60-piece orchestra behind you. We rehearsed for 3 days with the orchestra in a concert hall. And we had to, when you're playing with an orchestra, they need to play from charts. So there's no room for improvisation. But having said that, they interpreted the songs really well, and fantastic conductor. The orchestra had a fantastic conductor, and it was an awesome experience. We played to over 80,000 people in front of us. It's the biggest audience we've played at, and it went over really well. And it was a thrill of a lifetime for me, and the other guys really enjoyed it, and we would like to play with an orchestra again. It's something very, very special.
And will this event be released on CD or maybe it's a film for
it's
DVD?
all on it's already all on the internet. It was they streamed it live anyway, but you can see the whole concert on YouTube.
Okay, then it's
a bit raw. It has not been it hasn't been mixed and mastered, all the things you do to a live album, but it's true. That's what we did. That's what we played. Mistakes and all. You'll hear it if you watch it. It's worth watching.
The band members of the Dead Daisies, you told it before, they've got various activities. Revolution Saints. Marco has released a solo album, and
John has a solo career too.
True, and you are a businessman, aviation businessman as well. So how do all these activities fit? How do you bring all these activities together? Is it hard to schedule?
Well, we schedule it a year out. The management tells us what they think we should, where we should tour, how we should tour, what times of the year to tour, and then we try and match our schedules around that. And we have to do that. If you want to do all the things, you've got to be able to schedule it. And I'm able to conduct my business on the road. Well, I have an office in New York and an office in Sydney, and I'm in the investment business, and I have a small team of professionals, and you can do everything today with technology.
Of course.
So I talk to my Sydney office in Europe in the mornings. I talk to the US in the afternoons, and then go and play rock and roll at night. It's doable. I can do it.
Good.
Yeah.
And you've got a whole aviation airplane line.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm a pilot. I love flying. I used to do competition aerobatics. I was Australian aerobatic champion, and I also have a collection of old military aircraft that I created a public museum out of. I donated them to a museum I created to dedicate to the military people who served Australia in times of conflict, and. I've 14 aircraft in the museum, including 2 World War II Spitfires. I have some fighter jets, and actually it started out as for my love of flying, but it turned much more into a dedication to Australia, giving something back to Australia. Which so my father was a refugee, went to Australia, and so we're very grateful for the opportunities that the country created for my family, and my aviation passion sort of all fits in together.
And you're still living in Australia?
I spend my time between New York and Sydney. I'm based a lot in New York, and I travel to Sydney from time to time. But my actual home is in Sydney. But I do I have a place in New York, and
Yes.